Hello everybody, I'm Molly from Bell Farms and the day is finally here. So we're going to be doing some tractor work today. I want to, what was that?
Something fell.
I want to go over a little bit about what we're doing today. Shane spread some lime yesterday. The first thing that we're going to go over today is soil compaction.
Yes.
So we had potatoes in these fields last year. So our rotation is every other year we do potatoes and sweet corn. So because there was potatoes in the field last year, there was a lot of compaction because of us driving the potato trucks in and out. So we're going to go ahead and test the field for compaction and see how deep that hard pan is.
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so like Molly was saying, we're checking the depth of the hard pan, seeing where that compaction layer is so that we know how deep we need to go with the subtiller, because if you don't go deep enough, you might as well not do it. So, checked a couple spots here. So pretty much, you know, this goes down. Then it starts getting real hard right there. You know, goes pretty easy, starts getting hard. And then especially over here, I did a couple spots. Where was that? Right there. Yeah, so right there, that's like hitting a concrete floor right there. Boom.
Go ahead and push down on that.
Yeah, see, I'm leaning on it all.
Yeah.
So that is where, so if you look at the soil from, you know, a side profile, I guess, this would be the top where the tractor's driving. Do a little tractor illustration. And then, so when I plow 14 to 15 inches deep generally. So essentially that top layer of dirt is always getting broken loose because it's getting flipped over, so that's all getting disturbed, so to speak. But that creates a layer usually 3 to 4 inches deep below where I plow, so that's what they call the hard pan. So that is what you see right there. It's hard as a rock, so it doesn't let the water drain down when it's wet, and when it's dry it doesn't let the water come up from the ground. So it's really just as important on a wet year as it is on a dry year to make sure you get rid of that hard pan. So our tillage practices generally every other year or so, you know, like Molly was saying earlier, potatoes driving back and forth with the loaded trucks is what really packs the ground down. So that's going to be Molly's starting job this year, is to subsoil and get rid of that hard pan. All right, so pull this out. So that's about where we were at. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So that's 21 inches down. And usually it's, you know, try to get below it if possible. So we are going to shoot for, you know, 24 inches deep or so on subsoiling. Once she gets going, we can go back in behind and check and make sure that we're going deep enough.
Yep. So the shanks on the subtiller have to get below the hard pan to pull it up, to break it up. So we'll show you guys what the subtiller looks like. All right, so this piece of equipment is, John Deere 915 subtiller. Originally this had 11 teeth on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shane cut off.
Oh, 9, sorry, 9.
9 teeth on it.
Yep.
Okay, so it had 9, so you only cut one off?
One on each side.
One on each side. For us, we travel on the road, and it just made more sense for us to remove this extra piece to make it easier for us to transport. This thing is still really wide and we have to be very careful when we do drive it down the road, but it was impossible to drive it down the road with the other 2 teeth on it. And also the tractor would have a really hard time pulling it deep enough because of the weight of the implement. So you're going to show how deep that this needs to go in the ground?
Yeah, so, you know, we just checked. You can still see the dirt stain on here. So this that right there is about the start of the hard pan.
Okay.
So if you bring that out around the teeth, you know, that comes out to about there.
Okay.
You can look at the wear marks. Usually we run about there. So what we're going to do is now she'll go drop it down on the ground, and then you can go behind and check again, and this should just drop right down out of sight, and that'll show that she's getting down below there and breaking up the hard pan.
Okay. Cool. So this was actually one of the first things that I did in a tractor a couple years ago. Yeah, because it's connected right to the 3-point hitch. It's, you know, you're driving the tractor along, you pick it up, you turn around like you would just be driving the tractor by itself. So it was a good place for me to start learning how to do tractor work. And I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the way that, go ahead, adjust the what?
Well, yeah, it can be a combination of adjusting depth and top link to get the proper angle. Because if you run it too steep, you're going to be, you know, burning more fuel than you have to and not wearing properly because these aren't, you know, they're getting dragged, so to speak. But then if the top link's too long, then it runs on the heel, and, you know, you wear under here where you're not really supposed to either. So just, you know, getting, like anything else, setting it up right so that it works right.
Right. Okay. And we'll do that while we're moving, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull and then test it, see what it looks like, make sure everything is going well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so at this point, I'm going to hop in the tractor and we're going to start doing that, and I'll show you guys that process when we get there. Shane is checking the depth now after he adjusted the top link. So I'm going to adjust the ripper down just a little bit further. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. That was, yeah, sorry about that.
But don't what happened again?
No, okay. All right, so I think I know where it is on the slide where I should be. So I'll lift up if I start spinning a little bit. And any other instructions?
No, don't go. You can, where it'll pull faster, you can go faster. Where you've got to slow down, slow down.
Okay. All right, cool. Yay! All right, I'm excited.
Get to work. I
know, I need to get to work. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys along inside the tractor now. All right, guys, so finally back in the tractor. Very excited about that. So I'm going to plan on working until dark probably tonight. I had a late start today, but that's okay. So I'll work a little later today, and tomorrow I should be able to get a really early start. And the plan is to get all of this field done and the big field right next door. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw that, but so when I catch a rock, one of the teeth will pop. So let me show you what that looks like. So sometimes there's some big rocks in the fields, and if you guys can see, that one tooth is sticking up. So they have hinges on them, and if it gets tripped on a really big rock, it'll just pop up instead of pulling too hard on the tractor or pulling on that tooth and breaking the implement. So in order to reset that, what I do is I lift up on the 3-point hitch, and then once all of the pressure is off the tooth, it just falls back to where it's supposed to be. So when that happens, I lift up the whole 3-point hitch and then put it right back down again as I'm moving. My rows are not very straight, but that is okay. I will get straighter. I mean, I kind of have straight rows to follow here, so I guess it will be interesting to see what the GPS does, because then everything will be straight. We had some ideas about running a GPS on this ripper so that one year we're ripping and then making note of that, and when we rip on the next potato year here, move over enough so I'm ripping in between the rips that I did last time. So just a thought. I'm not sure if that is an actual like practical application. So talking to Dave yesterday in the truck, so we were talking a little bit about not stopping the tractor and just lifting up a little sooner so that I can just keep going. And it's better for the tractor if you're not stopping and starting as much. Better for the hydraulic flow. So that is what I'm going to be working on today. Just trying to have nice, smooth, even turns and keeping my rows as straight as I can. All right, guys, so I'm going to do this for a little while, and I'll bring it back when there's something new to show you, or when there's something else to explain, and I'll show you the progress that I'm getting done today.
washout over there where I was disking.
Okay.
I'm going to go over there with the loader and smoothing it out.
Okay.
And there's those washouts over there.
Yeah.
I will go smooth those out.
Okay.
And then I think that should be good for this field. We should be able to finish this.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go start working on getting that field ready for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna just head this way and then go that way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah, update on seed cutting. So I believe that we are going to be cutting seed Monday. So that's the plan. Today is Thursday, so we're gonna have the rest of the weekend to get that potato ground ready. And Monday we'll start cutting seed. We usually like to let our seed sit for a few days, three to 5 days. Anywhere in between there is fine. That helps the seed to dry out. I'm going to go over more of this when we actually cut seed, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that today. Looks like I got another root I got to deal with. So I'll go take care of that. So this is pieces of wood that drifted into the field when everything was flooded. So Shane went through and fixed the washouts in this field, and he's just picking up the big stuff here, getting rid of it so that I don't run it over. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll get back to work.
I will. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I think I got about 30 acres tilled today. Got a lot more to do tomorrow. I'm going to get an early start. And yeah, today was great. I was so happy to get back in the tractor. I've been waiting for this day for a little while. And yeah, so great day today. Tomorrow's weather's supposed to be good too. And I'm going to get an early start, and I'll bring you guys back tomorrow.